Hey, welcome to our episode of His and Hers Gen X podcast with me, Chad, and
Me, Cristina.
so this is kind of we kind of both picked this episode. I'm not really sure.
We did. I held up 3 DVDs and we picked one.
Yeah, and because we're gonna go see my next pick in theaters, but it's gonna be like after when we usually drop the show. So Christina kind of got two in a row, but not because she gave me the option, and of course I went with Superman.
I mean, he has the shirt. He's probably dying to do it.
I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pick movies or whatever based on what shirts I have, or I'm gonna buy shirts based on the movies.
Okay, then I have to do that too, because that's unfair. We would just be watching Chad movies.
Well, I bought a Back to the Future shirt. I saw at Walmart.
Oh,
that I'm gonna wear when we go see it in the theaters next week. So
nice.
Anyway, yeah. So Superman from what was it, 1978?
1978, same year I was born.
I think it came out in the summer of that year.
It was a Christmas movie.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a Christmas movie.
I mean, I would have been 2 at the time, so I don't really remember that.
And I definitely don't, because I was a newborn. But it was a good year for movies, because that came out, and something else we reviewed came out that year.
Well, Star Wars was 77. I think Shining was 1980. We haven't done too many 70s movies.
I'm thinking of Halloween. Halloween came out in 78.
Yeah.
We didn't see that, though.
No.
So.
Maybe next year. So, anyways, it's funny. I forget which episode it was on our show, but I said, remember how Superman came from Krypton? And you're like, no.
Yeah.
You didn't know the Superman origin?
Uh-uh.
Well, me being the comic book nerd, especially DC, I've known that for years. Like, so it's surprising to me that you didn't really know the origin of Superman.
I know of Kryptonite.
Right.
I know of Kryptonite because there's a song called Kryptonite. I know Kryptonite.
Everybody knows that.
But I didn't know that Superman is an alien. He's an alien. Well,
yeah,
he's a human alien. I don't understand that, but
he's an alien from. I mean, it actually kind of stands to reason that if there are other planets, they probably did evolve like us.
Yeah, that makes sense. But they're human aliens, and I thought superheroes usually just accidentally become superheroes, so I didn't know.
It's kind of they didn't really say it in the movie, but like in the comics, they've kind of established that over the years. Is that one of the reasons they sent Superman to Earth is because he would look exactly like one of us. Like he's not like a green, spaceman or like the Greys or whatever.
Yeah. I love his parents. So, yeah, he falls to Earth. He lands in a field. Mm-hmm. And then this man and woman take him in, and she's like, I want a baby. So then they just raised him, no questions asked.
Yep.
And he was super strong. Mm-hmm. But they accepted him, I guess.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to the actual movie. So it's funny. I actually don't really have like a whole lot of memories or like nostalgia for this particular movie. I didn't realize it was so long. Like we popped it in, it was like 2.5 hours. I was like, wow, this is 2.5 hours, and like I think it's like the first 90 minutes. It's basically like the origin story from the time he leaves Krypton to the time and then
there's a lot of space.
Yeah, and then he flies through space in the crib or whatever, which I don't know how he eats or goes to the bathroom in there.
Right.
Yeah, and then he lands as a meteor, and then there's a few scenes where he's like a teenager and he like outruns the train. That's like the first time we see him have like he also lifts the car up like as a baby or a toddler.
Yeah, he lifts the car, and then later he can run super fast.
Yeah. So coming at this movie as from a comic book nerd kind of point of view, so much stuff in this movie it's based on that they kind of assume that you already know this. Just like there's a lot of parts where do you remember like the first time he changes into like Clark Kent, like when they finally flash forward to the present day?
Yes.
And he's Clark Kent, the nerdy reporter.
Yeah.
And I forget why he has to turn into Superman. And he sees like the phone booth, but it's just like it's not like an enclosed phone booth, like with the door and everything.
Yeah.
It's just like a payphone on the wall. That's a Superman reference because in the old comics, or like there was animated TV shows from like the 50s, or I think like the George Reeve Superman TV show, the black and white TV show from the 50s or 60s, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like that's the Superman trope, is that Superman, he would go into a phone booth, like the one that actually closes, and like that's where he would he would change like that, so you wouldn't notice that it was Clark Kent turning into Superman.
Okay, I know that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, and I thought like other things. It's also just like the whole premise is just based on that the viewer has like at least a familiarity with Superman.
I guess they weren't thinking of future audiences when they made it, because I don't know if kids today would like Superman if they don't know the origin story.
They keep rebooting Superman like every 5 or 10 years.
That's right. There's one that came out this year and people liked it.
Yeah. And also, this is comic book trivia, but like, so, you know, Superman's logo, like when you look at this, what do you see?
An S.
Well, it's actually not an S. It's what they should have done in the movie is like, this is his family crest. Because remember how like when in the beginning with Marlon Brando, they all have like they're wearing like these white robes or whatever, and they all have like a symbol on their chest.
Yeah.
They all have different symbols, and this is his family crest, and it's actually Kryptonian language, and this is like a symbol for hope. So it's almost like Chinese or Japanese writing, you know, where it's like pictogram writing.
But it looks just like an S.
Yeah, I mean that's how we see it.
Yeah.
As an S.
Okay.
But like I can show you some comics where he's like, well, it's not an S where I come from. It means hope.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's trivia, right? That's gonna win you at the trivia or Jeopardy final round, you know, question right there.
Yeah, I do a lot of bar trivia. Mm-hmm. Where did his costume come from? Because did they show that in the movie and I missed it?
No,
he just takes off his shirt and it's there.
Yeah, there's so much of that stuff that, again, like the movie just kind of assumes that you know that. Like in the comics, his uniform is supposed to be from Krypton, and it's like bulletproof, and like he doesn't have to wash it or anything.
Oh, okay.
Like if you watch Big Bang Theory, they've had arguments about this. They're like, how does Superman wash his laundry? Because like it's Kryptonian, it's not like it like water really would just like bounce right off of it. There's no way to be like it wouldn't absorb laundry detergent or anything like that, you know. So
you're saying Superman smells bad, like dirty laundry?
Well, again, on Big Bang Theory, Superman doesn't sweat on Earth, so he doesn't sweat. So
no stink.
Yeah, so he doesn't you know, like not like he doesn't get exerted.
Oh,
you know?
That's true. Mm-hmm. He never
runs out of breath.
That never even occurred to me. Yeah, if you're super strong, you don't sweat. Yeah. Because it's just so simple.
And it's funny because like the like how you know how the story jumps from him as a teenager to him in the present day, probably like in his early 30s.
Yeah, Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole show. Did you ever see Smallville?
No.
You're familiar with it though?
It's about little Superman.
Yeah, it's about Superboy. That's Superman. That's from his childhood to his adult years. Like it fills in that gap there.
Okay.
And Smallville fans are hardcore.
They are. They've got a fandom.
Yeah, I found a lot of Smallville DVD sets that I've been buying a lot of DVD sets off people on Facebook, and there's always a few seasons of Smallville in there.
We should watch it.
Yeah. I don't think I have any right now, but
no.
I think it's on.
It's streaming.
I'm sure
somewhere.
we could, but
yeah.
You know, it's funny. I never actually watched that show. I mean, I saw bits and pieces of it here and there.
Yeah, I'm curious about his teenage years.
And there's a whole comic book series called Superboy, because that's like one of the things in comics is like. Because Superman's origin story was always like the movie, where it's just like it just goes from him escaping Krypton, you know, crash landing in Kansas. He gets raised by Martha and Tom Kent, and then it just cuts from him as a baby to as an adult, and then he's Superman, and it's just like, wait, so, you know, did he started off as Superboy? At what point did he become Superman? You know, or like when he was a kid. Did he wear the Superman costume, or was he just like a regular boy who had like superpowers and he just, you know?
Yeah. So who named him Superboy? Was it the kids at school, or?
Well,
was it his parents saying, "Hey, Superboy, come here"?
They really we're getting off topic, so let's.
No, but seriously, is that ever addressed
in the comics?
Yeah.
It's like tens of thousands of comics, you know.
All right.
I'd have to go through them all, but
there's too much.
Anyway, let's get back to the movie. We kind of got off topic, so I totally forgot that Marlon Brando was in this, and that he gets top billing. Even though he's in it for like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah, and it's kind of like he phoned that role in, honestly. It wasn't very good.
Yeah, he's just playing like this very stern guy. I couldn't tell like if he's supposed to have like an English accent or like, it's like this quasi...
He does, which he didn't need to do. I don't know why they made him English.
I know, that's the thing in movies is to like make a society seem more smart. They just give him a British accent.
Right, because... It didn't really matter, but they did.
Everybody on Krypton has a English accent or something like that.
They do. I guess you're right. It just makes them seem, preppy and upper class or whatever.
And kind of keeping on a theme that we've been since episode 1, like those old timey practical effects, like when they're on Krypton and like their clothes are like glowing. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a music video kind of technique. I forget how. I'm sure it's on the bonus material. We could see like how they did that, but I thought that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
With like the glowing, like they're like white, but it's like silver.
Yeah, it's a cool effect, I guess.
So you remember at the beginning, this made no sense to me. So it's like, Superman's father, his name is Jor-El, and Superman, his Kryptonian name.
Was it Cyril?
I don't think they said.
Sinel?
His name is Kal-El.
Okay.
Yeah. So. He's Kal-El. His dad's Jor-El. I forget what his mother's name is.
Jor-El.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. And it's funny. It's like he's like I guess he's like a prosecutor. Like the 3 villains in the like leather space punk garb, and it has like the hula hoops going around him.
Yeah.
Again, that was practical effects, but cool,
Yeah, when the people are trapped in this little pane of glass through space.
Oh yeah, and it's
all
creepy
eternity.
Too. Yeah,
it is just screaming forever.
Well, spoilers. Those are the villains of the next movie.
Oh, they get out.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm kind of rooting for them. That would be terrible.
So they come to Earth, and it's like this is my not having watched this movie in I don't know decades.
Yeah.
My main criticism of this movie is that Superman. He never like is challenged really at all, except for like the part where Lex Luthor puts the kryptonite right on him. But it's like there's like another hour left in the movie to go, so he's gonna get out of it.
Right.
But in Superman 2, he fights 3 villains that are equally in strength to him, which makes it more of a interesting fight.
Oh, so the guys in the glass are really strong.
Yeah, because they're from Krypton too, but when they come to Earth, they get the same powers that he has.
Okay, I missed that they were from Krypton.
Yeah.
So they're all like that then? Everybody in Krypton's just super strong?
No, it's only when they come to Earth because of like their molecular whatever from Krypton. Whatever it is, they said the Earth's yellow sun is what gives them the powers. So if Superman ever leaves our solar system, he would go back to being just a regular guy.
Okay. That explains why they weren't flipping around up there.
Yeah, they don't have any powers when they're in the. They call it the Phantom Zone.
Yeah, what is that? Is it a planet they live on? This palace is Krypton.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's funny because Krypton, it looks like Antarctica. It looks like an ice planet.
It does. There's crystals everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but there's crystals everywhere.
It's just
and they do
sci-fi.
Things. It just looks cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks cool.
I know it's funny, like seeing stuff like this from a modern point of view. Like so, like
right.
when he builds the Fortress of Solitude, and like he has just like all these crystals to pick from. Like even like the spaceship that there's just crystals everywhere. I mean, they went with that probably because it looks cool. I would have to check.
The baby spaceship?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks amazing. It's shaped like a piece of art, and it's just flipping around.
To me, it's shaped like a Christmas tree topper, like an ornament or something.
Or a tacky ceiling lamp.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like something out of a comic.
I was watching it going, it just looks cool.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would just be something floating.
So, yeah, and then when moving ahead in the middle. So, he builds a Fortress of Solitude. He just chucks that green crystal, and then, I don't know how he knew to go to the North Pole, which they don't really. This movie's really bad at explaining a lot of the story. Like I said, like, okay, that's another example of what I was talking about. The movie just assumes that you know that he builds the Fortress of Solitude at the North Pole, but they don't really explain that.
Why? Like they don't. Nobody says anything.
Exactly.
I just have to assume it's been telepathically communicated to him, or he just has some instinct.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a lot I didn't understand just because I had no clue what was going on.
Richard Donner, who he directed this, and he also directed. It's funny because he started to direct Superman 2, and he got like fired halfway through or something like that.
Yeah.
That's why. Where is it? There's two different cuts of this movie. There's like the theatrical release, and then there's the Richard Donner cut. You can only get on DVD or Blu-ray. And
what's that?
I actually haven't watched the Richard Donner cut.
Okay.
I have it. We could watch that maybe next year. You know.
Maybe.
Or, so yeah. Anyways, I thought like the whole crystal thing. It's kind of like it when he builds a Fortress of Solitude, and like then you see him talking to holographic Marlon Brando. It's kind of like a Today thing of like his father downloaded his consciousness into like an AI program.
Yeah.
So he can like talk to him in real time.
Right.
But instead of using a computer and microchips and all that stuff, it's just crystals in a tube.
Yeah, it is kind of like AI combined with a hologram. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. He's like, they're just like...
They got that right.
Their crystals are our computers.
Yeah, they pour liquids into the crystals and then they do things. I don't know. Reminding me of like Fraggle Rock with the little dozers eating the crystals. I said Krypton is cold and sterile like an Apple store. Like that's the impression I got. There's like no color there at all. It's just white. I don't know why.
That's kind of something that they, in the comics, is always like... Because Krypton's supposed to be like a plant, like they're supposed to be like so super evolved, like they're all like serious people. They have like no sense of humor. It's kind of like Spock on Star Trek.
Yeah.
But
so the comic books are in a sterile white place.
Well, I mean, it's only when they flash back to Krypton or something. But I mean, for the most part, 99% of all Superman stories just take place on Earth in current day.
Right.
You know. And I thought like the whole, it's like at the beginning where Jor-El is first he's prosecuting the criminals, and then it kind of turns on a dime is that he's like a scientist and he's saying this planet's going to explode, and like all the other people are like we're trying you with treason or insurrection or something like that, and then sure enough the planet does.
Yeah,
they don't really explain why or how.
Right, it just happens.
I think it's supposed to be that the star in their solar system like goes supernova.
So here's my thing. If they're an advanced civilization, they would have known it was coming.
I know.
Like,
yeah.
Was it moving really fast?
Yeah.
It looked like it was moving kind of slow. Did they just wait to be burned alive? Like, leave. They had the capacity to leave.
I know.
That part bothers me.
Again, well, it's based there. They made this movie assuming that you already knew that.
No.
So.
No.
It's funny. The planet actually explodes like the Death Star in Star Wars. Which, speaking of Star Wars, when we were watching this, like
so much
we kept
references
saying, like,
to that.
There's a lot of Star Wars.
The title, just flying around in space.
Yeah, those the animated. The.
Yeah.
They look cool, but they go on like way too long. That was my first note. I said
the hologram. They borrowed that too.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, because Superman came out a year after Star Wars, so I mean, there was definitely some influence there. But I mean, back then it probably took so long to make movies. You know,
They might have all communicated with each other too. So I'm sure the director of this movie they knew each other. So I'm sure they would talk
probably
about
like
their plots and what they had done. So they
like
could have borrowed from each other.
The special effects companies probably.
They work together.
Yeah.
Because, we saw the turning room from Poltergeist was also in The Shining, so.
Right.
What do you think of Lois?
Friday the Third and Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's what I'm thinking of, yeah. What do you think of Lois Lane?
She's a lot different in the movie than she is in the comics. Like in the comics, she's like a badass, boss girl, like that typical type A personality,
Yeah.
But she's more timid in the movie. Margot Kidder, that she played Lois Lane. It's funny because she kind of reminds me of Shelley Duvall in The Shining, you know. But
I didn't think she was timid. I mean, she seduced Clark Kent very easily. She did.
what about that part where she's like, what color underwear am I wearing, you know?
Yeah.
That was a really bizarre. Again, I'm noticing all these themes. When she like invites Superman to come to her apartment, she's wearing like this outfit that looks like it's almost like lingerie on the outside, but then it's like almost like a prom dress underneath or whatever. You know, like a.
Yeah. I couldn't tell if she was going out for the night or staying in a
I know,
nightgown.
it's a very weird costume.
I just
choices.
I don't know that costume at all from the 70s, so I couldn't tell you. But...
Yeah. Speaking of costumes, the actual. This is one of the reasons I'm not a huge fan of comic book live action movies, is because like in the context of the comic, I got one right here. You know, actual. You know, like this, when you see Superman's outfit, it looks like you totally buy it within the context of a comic, you know.
Yeah.
But when you see it in real life, it just looks ridiculous. Like it's like the underwear on the outside thing, you know, the big red boots. I don't know if that's actually supposed to be underwear or it's just like I don't. You know the reason that they put the whole like even Batman has the underwear on the outside thing.
Yeah.
It's just so that for like the artist to draw.
They don't have to draw genitals, right? Is that what it is? They can kind of cover it up. Because Batman has the same issue, Batman and Robin.
It also would look ridiculous. It's funny because it looks silly if like it was just the same outfit head to toe. It looked like a unitard, or it would look like he was just wearing pants. You know, it's the sci-fi theme of looks cool, totally impractical.
Yeah. You couldn't change into that super fast. That thing's tight and clingy. It's going to take you 10 minutes to get into that suit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's Superman, so he has super speed and all that.
I don't know, man. It would be hard to get into a unitard.
I mean, you could make that argument for Batman because Batman doesn't have superpowers.
Oh, okay. It makes more sense for him, I guess, if it's like that tight. I thought the bad guys in this movie were stylish. Like the guy that tried to rob them with a knife.
Oh, yeah. Like the hood. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like they're just walking down the street and they get mugged.
Yeah, the guys look like Italian mafia guys with their blazers just walking the streets doing petty crime. It was funny.
Christopher Reeve, like really, he might have kind of invented the dorky, nerdy stereotype.
Yeah.
Like he has like, you know, the big glasses and he's just like, even though he's a huge, tall guy, like he's just like totally bumbling and he's like cowardly because he has to be as exact opposite of Superman as possible.
Yeah.
Because you know you can't you wouldn't associate Superman. Like there was actually a point in there where he's at the newspaper office and Perry White, that's like his boss at the newspaper. At one point he says something, I forget what it was. He's just like, now, Clark Kent may just seem like a mild-mannered reporter to you.
Right.
I was cracking up when I heard that because I'm like, nobody would ever say mild-mannered, but that's a comic book trope going back to like the 30s, you know, like or any of those serials, you know.
Yeah.
Superman is mild-mannered Clark Kent by day, and Superman at night.
I guess they throw that stuff in there just to remind you this is a comic book, in case you forget.
It's funny. This is actually a reprint. This looks like an old comic. It's a reprint of because the new Superman movie has Krypto, the super dog, in it, and I guess this was the first appearance of Krypto. So, and this is actually a Superboy comic from the Adventures of Superman when he was a boy.
But then it's him as a man.
I don't know. I haven't read this one yet, or I haven't seen the new movie either, so I don't know what's going on with it.
Well, yeah, one of the notes I made was his personality is different in the suit.
Yeah, that's because Superman is like the only superhero that doesn't wear a mask. He wears a mask during the day because he has his glasses on, but then like as soon as he takes them off,
yeah,
you can't tell.
Right.
But you noticed that when Superman had his interview with Lois Lane on the balcony, you're like, how does she not know? So
when he puts on the suit, he gains like. I don't know, like bravery and stuff.
No, everything that he does as Clark Kent is an act. Like he's
pretending.
Yeah,
That's very insincere.
Yeah, so he's like this.
Jeez, he's like a sociopath.
He's a method actor for his whole life. I mean, you would have to.
His whole life is a lie.
I mean, all superheroes are like that. Like, even Batman, it doesn't, pick one. Like, Bruce Wayne, is just this regular, like, his what am I...
Alter ego?
Yeah, no, like the way he throws off the world is that Bruce Wayne is supposed to be like this lazy playboy. He only cares about, getting women and pleasure and things like that, like he wouldn't be Batman because he wouldn't care. Like, he's supposed to be a selfish guy.
Yeah.
So like that's how he throws off the world, is like Bruce Wayne is a selfish guy, but Batman is the
I need
hero,
to catch up on Batman. Damn, I don't remember all of that.
I was actually, and I still am, a bigger Batman fan than Superman.
I mean, I'd have to agree.
Mm-hmm.
Just because this is probably my only Superman movie, honestly. Mm-hmm. This franchise didn't impress me.
Well, it's only the first movie. I will say that the second one is definitely a lot better. It's more exciting because Superman actually fights a real villain. That's in this movie is, I mean, again, did you know who Lex Luthor was?
I heard the name and I knew he was a bad guy.
Yeah. They don't really establish him much of a backstory here. It's funny because like his lair is underneath the subway system or something.
Yeah, his lair is really cool because he's like in an abandoned subway station and they flood it and put a pool in. It's cool. It's like really cool.
But it makes no sense though because in the comics, I think even in the continuity of this movie, is that Lex Luthor is supposed to be just a genius billionaire. He's like a total mogul or what am I thinking of?
He's like an oligarch.
Yeah, or
he's a psychopath.
Yeah, he's definitely he is. But like in the comics, he's like rich and famous, and he lives like in a skyscraper, not in a tunnel underneath the subway. It's like if he's even in the context of this movie, if he's so smart and rich, like why is he in this underground lair?
I think they just did it because it looked really cool.
I think so too.
It looked really cool. I was like, I would live down there in a subway station.
What did you think of his girlfriend?
Lois Lane? Oh, no. What is her name?
Miss Tessmacher.
She's so pretty.
I know. It's funny that
she's beautiful.
When she first comes out, she's like, her boobs are like sticking way out.
Like they were the entire movie, pretty much, except at the end she put on a sweater, but it was very tight. But yeah, she's very pretty. I just kept thinking the whole movie, this is a beautiful woman. I don't know who she is, but very pretty.
It's funny, I just saw one of the retro nostalgia Instagram accounts showed her what she looks like now, because I think she's like in her 70s or 80s.
No, I don't want to know.
I know.
Let's just leave her there.
Yeah, but I always remember her as a kid, again, boobs,
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of guys crushed on that lady. She's beautiful.
What did you think of her relationship with Lex? Because she keeps like doubting him and like kind of scoffing at whatever he says.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is she with him? Like, she's totally unimpressed with him.
I know, and I kind of got the impression she was scared of him. Like, I think she's scared of him because she can see what he can do. So she, when she frees Superman from the pool, she has to do it behind his back.
Yeah.
So scared of him, but also, likes to undermine him for sure.
I think she's supposed to be kind of
passive aggressive.
She's supposed to be like the hooker with the heart of gold because she saves Superman, but she only saves him because the missile is going to go blow up where her mom lives. So she saves Superman and says, "You have to save my mom."
And that humanized her, whereas Lex Luthor, he
Yeah,
doesn't seem human.
He's a total socio.
Yeah, that humanized her a lot. And I was like, okay, she's still a normal person.
What do you think of Ned Beatty as the goon?
I mean, that was a role that seemed really appropriate for Ned Beatty.
Mm-hmm.
The only other movie I know him from is Deliverance. Have you seen that?
I've never seen that.
Oh my god.
I've heard that should have been a pick for your disturbing childhood movies.
I didn't see that when I was a child, thank God.
Well, I mean, it's not a movie for kids.
No, but he's just kind of he's like the overweight funny guy that's kind of in this movie he's kind of stupid.
It makes no sense
like Shmee.
for
he's a Shmee basically.
Why would Lex Luthor have him as his assistant or muscle or whatever he's supposed to be.
I don't know. Wouldn't he have somebody more competent?
I know, exactly. It makes no sense.
You thought that
so,
too.
This movie, and you'll notice this trope in a lot of superhero movies, but in a lot of movies from the 80s have this trope of like the three villains and it's the B's. So it's the brain, the brawn, and the body. So Lex Luthor is the brain. I guess Ned Beatty's supposed to be the brawn, and then Miss Tessmacher is obviously the body. But then, remember the three supervillains from the beginning?
Yeah.
They come back in Superman 2, and it's the same thing. The bald guy, he's the brain. The guy with the beard who looks like Nandor, he's the brawn, and then the female one is the body.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
That's interesting.
You'll see that pattern appear a lot in the 80s and 90s, especially comic book movies or even like James Bond type movies. Any kind of like adventure action kind of movie.
Mm-hmm. You lead this one. You're into this. If you want to nerd out, totally go for it.
Did you notice that, having seen, I don't know if you can see behind me, the Adam West Batman it's called Batman 66 because it debuted in January of 1966. You ever seen that show?
No, I've just seen that picture in memes. There's like a meme with it.
So I mean, like that show is deliberately campy, and it works like that. And this movie it kind of walks that fine line between like it's trying to be earnest, but as earnest as you can be with a obvious, Hollywood big budget movie. And something I noticed on it is that like as soon as like Lex Luthor is introduced, it kind of turns campy like that because he's like, I'm the world's greatest supervillain or whatever. Or
I got that too. It's camp.
Yeah,
it was a camp performance.
Even at the end, like where Superman brings them into the jail.
Yeah,
he's just like, no, I'm not just Lex Luthor. I'm the world's greatest criminal mind the world has ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody talks like that. I mean,
I know. I guess they're just trying to do the comic book. And you're right. It comes across as insincere when it's actually human characters doing it.
And it's funny because there was the 4 Christopher Reeve Superman movies in the 80s, and then
4? Holy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was the 4 Michael Keaton Batman movies in the 90s. Well, actually, Michael Keaton was only in the first 2, and then Val Kilmer, and then George Clooney. And then as that series progressed, it just got campier and campier.
I want to watch those. Yeah.
I have them. Actually, I want to get them on Blu-ray or 4K. Or
Batman, I care to revisit. I actually like that one.
So. I've never really liked any of the Batman movies. Well, the Christopher Nolan ones, but those are.
Yeah, I did see I saw The Dark Knight for Heath Ledger. It was really good.
To me, Batman. Really, any comic book to me is better like I said, it's better as a comic than as a movie.
Not all of us read comics, though. I'm more of a movie watcher.
Yeah.
So.
That's like that Jim Gaffigan joke. He's like, you know what I liked about the movie? No reading.
Right. Exactly.
It's 2 hours and I could take a nap.
But I've read a lot of books that have become movies, and I never think that the movie lives up to the book ever.
Yeah, because the book has so much more space and time to get into all the nitty-gritty details.
Right. So from that, I get it. It's always a miss.
Although what's funny is Die Hard is actually based on a book.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No. How do you read about explosions?
I know.
Isn't that movie just mostly like explosions?
I know it's an action movie, but reading it seems, kind of counterintuitive.
Or tedious.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's I never read the book. Maybe it's very suspenseful.
I'm not going to read the book.
Or even like Fight Club. That's based on a book.
You know what blew me away about Lex Luthor is Superman comes into his lair, I would call it, and he just tries to kill him. He tries to shoot him with bullets and tries to set him on fire.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well,
he really wants to genuinely kill him. He's not just being funny. He's like, I'm gonna murder this man.
That's another criticism I have of this movie is that Lex Luthor in this movie doesn't really have a whole lot of motivation. He's just the evil supervillain,
Yeah, why does he want to kill Superman?
I know they come in the other movies and they flesh that out a little bit more. And he's in Smallville too, as far as I know.
Maybe they would go. Smallville probably go into what he is better than this did, because I don't know anything about him.
All right, so most people's biggest criticism of this movie is the end where he flies around the Earth to make it turn around, because he saves the Miss Tessmacher's mom, but then Lois Lane dies. So then the only way to do that is he has to like reverse time. But that doesn't make any sense because, first of all, if you just reverse the rotation, it wouldn't reverse time. And second of all, even if it did, then because the plot was like one missile went to the East Coast, one to the West Coast. Like you couldn't stop them both. So even if he stopped the one that went on the West Coast, then the one on the East Coast would have went off. So I think like the movie was trying to say that he saved or stopped both missiles this way.
Whoa.
You didn't.
No, I just assumed he was just rotating the Earth to fast forward and rewind.
Yeah,
rewind and fast forward.
They played the film in reverse motion. It's very campy and
it's very campy
and very obvious, like low tech.
I mean, well, I didn't think they were gonna. I mean, I was surprised they killed Lois Lane. I was like, I didn't know this character died, and then they brought her back. I didn't know that part. So that part was interesting, at least, I guess, for me. It was campy, but I don't know. I thought it was all right. It just kind of left a lot open, which I guess was for the sequel.
Yeah.
It's still open-ended for me. It didn't seem resolved.
I will say that, this Superman 2, of the 4 Supermans with Christopher Reeve, Superman 2 is probably the best one. Okay. And it's funny because then Richard Pryor is in Superman 3. Did you know that?
No, I didn't even know there was a Superman 3.
Yeah, and then Superman
4.
Superman 4. He fights He fights another supervillain.
Was it Christopher Reeve in all 4 of them?
Yeah, the ones in the 80s.
Oh, cool.
Then they rebooted it in the late 90s or early 2000s. There's been a lot of Superman reboots.
Yeah, there's one out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Different dude playing the Superman.
Yeah, so
what do you think of this movie, watching it?
First of all, it's way too long.
It's so long.
Yeah, it was 2.5 hours. It could have been...
It felt like 3.
It could have been like 1:45 tops.
They cut a lot of stuff out. Like when he's flying her all over the place, it was not necessary.
Yeah.
Why did they do that? I was like, is this going to end anytime soon?
Think another recurring theme of the show is that they had the special effects. They wanted to show them off, They had to kill time.
Yeah, but people were forced to sit through it is the only problem. It was just way too long. Way too long. I was getting tired at the end of it.
You could literally skip the first 90 minutes of this movie. Just go straight to where he's Christopher Reeve in present day, and you wouldn't have lost anything, really.
You really could. I agree with that. You can skip space altogether, and you wouldn't care.
Yeah. Watching it today, it's an interesting kind of time capsule movie.
Yeah.
It's not especially exciting. This came out a year after Star Wars.
Yes.
Which one is more interesting? Which holds up better?
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can watch Star Wars today and still is... well, maybe not. Maybe it's definitely more exciting when I was a kid, but it's still interesting enough to watch now, where it's like Superman. It's more like you're watching it as a historian point of view.
Yeah, that's what you get with
culture history.
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
You saw it when you were a kid, and I'm just seeing it for the first time.
Oh, you know what's funny? When I used to actually collect actual comics like this back when I lived in Albany, even before that, in actual comics... I used to have a bunch of Superman and Batman comics from the 70s, and they would see these ads. Where'd it go? These ads. There was a thing you cut out a coupon, and it said win a role as a extra on the upcoming Superman movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So I wonder who actually won that. I wonder if they still get royalties on that.
Or if they're still alive.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago.
So, yeah, it's funny because I think this is the first pick of mine that you haven't really... Well, I don't know. Does this count as my pick? It's kind of a duo.
It's a duo because it's in between you picking, me picking, so we kind of both did it. But I did not like this at all. I do not ever want to see this again. Like you said, just too long and too slow.
Yeah.
I'll try the second one, though, if it gets a little better paced.
Yeah, second
maybe,
one's
but this one...
definitely better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so next week, Back to the Future. We're going to go see it in the theaters.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever saw it in the theaters when I was a kid.
I definitely did not. I hope it's like remastered or looks good.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
I wanted to get tickets for IMAX, but it was sold out. So, even a standard movie is going to look pretty good, I'm sure.
Yeah, IMAX is pretty freaky though, those movies. All right, so
All right.
Back to
We'll
the
see you
Future
next
coming in
week.
the future. Yes.
All right. We'll see you then. Bye. Smell you later.
Smell you later.